Hi guys, thank you for catching another episode of the Wave Talk. We are on episode 8. I should switch 8. 8. It don't matter. This is true. Sometimes whenever you're on camera, it comes up backwards. But anyways, how are y'all today? How's everybody been so far this week? Good. Did you guys enjoy the halftime for the Super Bowl? What part was your favorite? I already know mine. 50? 50? I wasn't expecting for him to be on there upside down at that.
I'm a visual type of man, so I like how they shot it, too. Yeah. How they showed us the perfect name. They did the transition down to that shit.
I agree. Of course, my favorite part was Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I loved it. My dad was super hyped. And my grandpa stuff. I really loved that. And I loved Mary. She didn't give me the hits that I was expecting, though.
Yeah, this performance was produced by Drake.
He did No More Pain. No More Pain.
But that's just a Mary song.
You're right. That's true. She did. She did.
She slid it in there.
She definitely gave us that hateration. The Game. I mean, yeah, but he's still produced by Dre, but I guess. I didn't like Eminem. I don't know, after a few years, I think I turned off on Eminem. He's just not that guy for me anymore. He be spitting too hard sometimes, and then it's like, we get it. You can rap. Back off a little bit. I don't know. He definitely did. That's why he did the knee. And I was like, they told you not to do, but you did it anyway. So, well, that's all right. My week's been going pretty good so far. We recently just celebrated Valentine's Day. Did everybody have a good Valentine's Day? Mine was pretty shitty, but it's lit. I'm not really worried about it. It's a pagan holiday. I don't know. I'm just playing. Oh, it is? I was just playing.
It is a bloody holiday.
I've heard it. I've heard somebody say that before. But no, it's cool. President's Day is coming up. When does this drop? On the 20th?
On Monday. Monday.
This drops this Sunday coming up? Perfect. Now we can move into our segments. So on each episode, I haven't come up with a name for it yet, but I do a segment where I highlight like my favorite black businesses or like top 5. So I've got 5 for you. Up first, we've got Devonta Anderson with Urban Tunes. So he's good at artistry, apparently. He's got some beautiful paintings. I have one in my home. He does nice tattoos. I just saw he opened up a barber shop. So you should follow him on Urban Tunes, and that's Toonz. Up next, we've got Phenomenal Services Mechanics. Does anybody need a mechanic? You know what I've realized? A lot of people my age don't know how to work on cars. A lot of people born in like the 90s on down do not know how to work on cars. Who do we blame? The parents.
No. We learned on
Ourselves?
Yeah.
Hold on, why you say y'all self? You like my age too.
I ain't with y'all. I'm 30.
Oh. Well, that's all
We know
right.
how to work on cars. We was still going to trade school. My little generation was like the last generation that was given trade school in school.
That's really crazy. It's really put us at a default.
It does. But they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
They knew they was making people business owners and entrepreneurs and shit. They didn't want that. They want workers. So they started doing the trade for free and pay for it in college.
Let's bring back the working man, the man that smells like oil when he comes home. If you need some mechanic services, hit them up at 405-492-1115. It's so loud out there. Anybody having any issues with their heating and air? No? Good. In case you do, 24/7 HVAC has you covered. Hit up Charles Griffiths, 405-887-0471. I didn't even know we had a black-owned HVAC business, but I think that's really lit. And I'm sure there are more, but I just haven't found them yet. Up next, I saw this on TikTok. Mom, you had shared it on your story, but it's Spiked, a coffee concept. Anybody out there like coffee? I do not, but this person, this person serves spiked coffee. So if you want to have a drink and coffee at the same time, she can assist you and make it all in one. I would try it just for the alcohol. I might like it then, I don't know. But you can find them at 1732 Northeast 23rd Street in Suite A. And last but not least, Eastside Pizza House. Shout out to JB. I have been seeing this and I cannot wait to try it, but shout out to the Eastside. Located 1734 Northeast 23rd. I think that is so lit. He had Millwood come out there with like the marching band, and they had a nice little welcoming. So they are now open, and they're also hiring. So if you know somebody who needs a job, go work at the Eastside Pizza House, Black owned. Up next, we've got our local events. I actually found some good ones because, again, this one drops February 20th, and everything is within range. So first, we have Respect the Crown, second annual event. This is for the ladies. It'll be hosted March 5th at 3 p.m. So it's going to be like a fashion show. They have a nice, elegant dinner. There's a panel of women. I saw that they're going to have a throne, so I'm assuming that's going to be a nice photo op for you ladies and your crowns. But yeah, check them out. It's called Respect the Crown, second annual event. Up next, we have Women of Color Expo, March 19th. I'm so salty. I really wanted to be in this, but I'm going to be at South by Southwest. If you're local, you know about this event, Women of Color Expo. It is March 19th. Starts at 10 a.m. They're going to have Lisa Ray there. Hey, Players Club. They're going to have a few panels. They've got fashion shows and some vendors. I believe they're still looking for people to vend. So if you've got a business and you'd like to be there, you should sign up. I'm not sure the fee. It's not my job to know. But yes, Women of Color Expo, March 19th. Up next, we've got Amateur Night Pop-Up Shop by KO. Of course, she was on a few episodes prior. Sounds by Marky. Shout out to Marky, one of my favorite DJs. This will be on February the 26th. It is from 5 to 7 at 4408 Northwestern Avenue. It's a free event, but it is limited space, so you need to RSVP or you're not getting in. Okay? But yeah, shout out to KO. Make sure y'all go out there and support her. And then we've got, was this the last event? Something for the guys. Blackmail Summit. Yeah, February 24th, 2022. It's at 8:30 a.m. at Rose State College. It's a free event. They've got breakfast and lunch. So this is for like our underage kids. So you'll have to email mbruner@rose.edu with your grade, your shirt size, and your name. If you don't want to email, you can also text 405-733-7524. And those are our local events. I hope y'all really be like paying attention to these events because these are great events and it is not easy to put on an event, especially here in the city, especially if you're not like super popular and people don't really know you. So show them some love. Like almost all of those are free. Is Women of Color free? No. What part? Oh, well, no, not Lisa Ray. But the part to where you can, walk around, look at the vendors, that part's free.
Yeah.
But yes. So, a few of my coworkers have seen the show, and I don't care. They've seen the show, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Michelle, I love your podcast." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Podcast? I don't have a podcast." A podcast, by definition, is a digital audio file available on the internet for downloading to a computer or mobile device. This is a talk show. So I strategically and specifically did it this way because I'm trying to stand out from other, what do we call them, media people? I'm not sure, I feel like a lot of people have podcasts and there's no knock to that because I'm going to start my own podcast about Drake. But this is specifically a talk show, so I do have a live audience. I do have my camera and everything set up. I just want people to know I'm not one of those. This is a talk show. So this is like, I don't know, think of Oprah, The Ellen Show, Ricky Lake, which I know about Ricky Lake, Montel. What you mean, my mom was there? Ricky Lake, or any of those type shows. So I just had to say that before I go to my next topic. Oh my gosh, so I was reading this article, and I just want to ask y'all, what would you do if you're at a park, and some little kid just walks up to you, oh my God, I've lost my family, can I please use your phone? It's a little kid, like Kaysen's age, so like 6 or 7, and they walk up to you and they're like, can I use your phone? I don't know where my family is, I'm lost. Would y'all give the child your phone? Like to use, to call their family members. So that's a good response. Would you?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to supervise the call with them to make sure everything is everything. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you don't want them to steal your phone. That's the least of the worries at that point. Like,
Right.
what's going on with this kid?
So,
That age.
Yeah.
What's he up to?
I don't know, this lady, I don't know if y'all know, this lady lends her phone to a child, and she says she woke up the next morning and realized he stole $4,000 from her and sent it through Venmo. Yes. He took $4,000 from her Venmo to his that quick.
What was this at first?
In California. It was in California.
Well, a little kid, if you only like that, he owned it.
At 6 or 7, you know what kind of...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's really scary.
He crazy. He scamming that.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you even handle that type of situation? Like, are you angry at the child or yourself? I'd be more so mad at myself.
Why you do what you're supposed to do in your morning?
Right.
I know, but I would have, my first instinct, I would have been like, you can have the phone. But then I would ask for the number.
Had a phone for a while.
I don't know.
That's why you put the pin. Like, I don't know about Venmo, but I'm gonna cash it.
And that's what she said. She was under the impression that if something had to be sent, it would have to scan her phone. I mean, it would have to scan her face, and it didn't do that.
Yeah, no, she should have been on that little boy's.
What makes things more difficult, if that was at the bank that I work at, you're not getting your money back, sis. My bank don't care. It's not my personal bank. I just work there, but they don't care. Cash App, Venmo, none of that. I think that's tough. I recommend everybody should bank with a credit union versus an actual bank. And if you have a bank, then don't bank with my bank, which I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. Because y'all not going to report me. I just thought that was wild. $4,000, that would have really, like, sank my stomach. I'm going to have to find you.
Because what happened to him afterwards? You know, like, well, did you find them? Oh, I found them. Now you let him walk off?
What can you do? He's 6,
Oh, you
7.
see, he said, I found my parents.
Oh, yeah.
Are you just going to watch him? I mean, are you going to make sure he gets to his parents? Or?
See, they didn't say if he, like, linked up with some adults off to the side, if he was like, all right, they just answered, they about to come pick me up. Do you wait with the child?
Right.
They didn't.
Let's call 911. Hey, how about that? Let's just call 911.
That reminds me of, like, in the war where they used to have, like, the little child soldiers and they would run up.
Yep.
I feel like that's one extreme to the next, but I can.
No, that's it. They had a bomb on them and don't even know they got a bomb.
Because it's a kid.
Right. They just go look.
You learn something new every day, y'all. If a child runs up to you and needs your phone, like, you got games?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, because kids will get you quick with the you got games.
Yeah.
Do y'all have games on your phone in 2022?
I don't
Really? But you got an iPhone. You be playing Apple games? Or like, what is it, iMessage? I don't know what games y'all have. Or it's separate from that? I don't have no games. My social media is the game.
They want to look at your music. Yeah, you
That's true.
Kids now got their own damn phones and tablets.
Exactly. Right, they don't need your phone.
They ask you what's the Wi-Fi. That's all they want to know.
Right.
What's the Wi-Fi?
Okay, guys, I'm gonna switch over to my last topic. I only have one male in here, so I feel like it's gonna be stacked up against you.
I'm not in it. My name Benny. I ain't in it.
I want to talk about double standards. It's tough though because in some aspects I'm for them, primarily because double standards are good for us as females. But then again, I am against them because they also stack up against us, of course. So, for example, not even to go like extreme, in the workplace, double standards. I don't know, let's say you and a male counterpart work the same exact job. However, he gets paid more. That's like a negative double standard, I feel like. I'm trying to think of a positive double standard for a female. Girls can like girls, but boys cannot like boys. That's not a good double standard.
Yep, you got it right.
Y'all can have that one.
I figured we could have that one.
Yeah,
But I don't know, I've been hearing some men like, well, girls can like girls. I'm like, well, you secretly trying to admit. You trying to secretly admit. Trying to secretly admit. Another double standard, the way that parents raise their children, like their daughters versus their sons. Some people do. You did.
Some people don't. Some people don't. I think that's more so on how you were raised versus the actual double standard.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. My mom was very strict on me. But, I mean, I turned out fine.
That's not a technically double standard. That's a mom being hard on the daughter. Was your daddy hard on you?
And my daddy is hard on me because I'm like one of the boys, though. I feel like. So he treated us all the same.
She's the oldest.
And the only girl.
But see, that's different though. That's like woman on woman thing. That ain't really a double standard. That's just how
You just
the
know
mama
what's like
treated.
to be
A lot of
out
mama
there.
and daughter relationships is kind of, that's a whole nother
And that's really
thing.
not even.
Mother-daughter relationships is different.
That's not even. Your oldest child is always raised
That
a little
too.
bit
That too.
farther
That's a whole nother thing. Yeah, because it's your first go at it.
It's your first go
We
at
learning
it, so
as we
you
go.
kind of learn as you go. So it's not actually that the daughter is treated differently
So I
than
think
the
you might be
son.
having a
Is that you're
combination of a
first
bunch of
born.
different things.
Right.
Well, I'm not through with my double standards.
I mean, I'm just talking about that one specific
Yeah,
thing.
just
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, the third one definitely gets to do whatever he absolutely wanted to do.
It's a wrap.
That's my little brother. That's
Warren out, my mama gave zero fucks. Donovan just did whatever. I just sat there and watched in amazement, like, is this who we are now? Is this who we are? We tired as the oldest, okay? Okay, but another double standard is cheating.
Yeah.
It's cheating. I remember listening to an interview, and 21 Savage was like, it's different whenever a man cheat.
All men gonna say that.
Because he's like capturing, or some dumbass analogy he had, but if a woman cheats, she got captured. Some, and I'm wondering, why is it that? Because I also feel like some women agree with that statement too.
That's a simple way of looking at it, though. That's just
I feel like
because
when most men cheat, it be like thoughtless. It just be like something they want to do for the moment. When men cheat, it's like it's actually thought into it. Like,
now that's
whoever
more
you're cheating on, you
towards
want
the
them
right.
to hurt, you want them to find out so they can be mad. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When men do it, they can be seen.
I mean,
That's not to say that's
I mean-
correct. That's more. I would say that's more versus. than
yeah,
what
that's
that
true.
is.
That's vast
He
majority.
just saying that, he just saying the simplest way to say we givers, y'all takers. That ain't nothing. Got nothing to do with nothing. They got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying?
But we could be given too. What do you mean? Like y'all are givers and we're the
Oh, but
takers?
he's talking about how the whole.
I understand like the
idea of
anatomy
No, but I'm
of it,
saying,
and
that's what I'm saying. What he said ain't really going into depth enough for it to be a good answer.
I don't feel like there's ever going to be a good answer if that's the primary premise of it. Is that because I do know that there are some females who can go into a situation just for the situation, not necessarily like. What you mean? I'm just kidding.
I'm just gonna tell you what's time. That double standard is kind of changing.
Yeah,
It
it's
is a for sure double standard, for shit show.
Yeah.
But women is changing the tide. The tide is turning.
It ain't changed.
Women like fuck.
A lot of women are a little bit more honest.
I mean, it hasn't changed.
Oh, you're a woman. You can tell it.
I'm
You can tell it. Women been like that then, huh?
We have been like this.
You can tell it.
It's just we do what we want to do, but we don't.
Ain't gonna
we
be
just
out there.
not
Everybody
put
gonna
it
know.
out there
Everybody
like
gonna
that.
know.
Definitely.
That's the thing too. A lot of niggas is careless because they
Just absolutely careless.
A lot of men move off the impulse and
Yeah.
you know, so they just go without thinking first.
That's
and
why I
they
said
just-
it be thoughtless.
Exactly. Yeah. They just do
Definitely.
some shit. That's how niggas end up getting caught up in all that type of shit. They wouldn't think about all that extra shit. They just did it.
They won't
For the
think,
moment.
they won't think, you know.
Right. This is definitely a big double standard on how it's viewed on both sides.
All of those topics leaded up to the cheating one. If you're watching this, what do you feel about double standards and cheating and infidelity? But yeah, if you're out there in the audience, go ahead and drop your comments below. I think we're going to bring this topic back up. I'm going to have like a half and half on my audience. I'd like to get a good discussion popping off. A lot of stuff that's being left unsaid, you know? And nobody wants to do that in 2022. But yes, those are my topics for episode 8. Up next, we have our very special guest. We've got Miss Neighborhood Barbie, and she is going to grace us with her presence, so stay tuned. Thank y'all, thank y'all. Welcome, Miss Neighborhood Barbie. How are you?
What's up? I'm good. How are y'all?
I'm good, but no, typically I ask everybody, how are you? Like, how are you really? Are you genuinely happy?
Yeah.
Are you sound? Like, how was your week? Everything
I feel
good?
like I'm in a good space mentally. What's it? Wednesday? It's been a good week so far. If I didn't have to go to work, I'd be even better, but I'm good.
Same. I just gotta let you know, you were gorgeous.
Thank you.
Are we able to do a zoom in on her makeup?
Zoom on her makeup.
Yes. Are we
You're
able to
right.
do that?
You're right.
Just like absolutely pretty.
Thank you.
Do you do it yourself?
I do.
Shut up.
I
I can't
do.
do makeup on myself at all. I can't do edges.
It took
I
some
can't
time
do.
to get it right, but it's on point these days.
It really does look good, and I think that's important to be able to do a lot of them services by yourself.
Man, got to.
Because you know how expensive it get from the lashes, the nails, the hair, the upkeep of a
Wardrobe,
woman.
just everything for sure. On top of.
Do you have like a
What's
set
the-
budget that you try to stick to whenever it comes to your regimen?
No, not really. Only because I do most of it by myself, so it's just like whatever I can afford at the time, I'm gonna get it.
Okay,
really
I
it.
understand that. I like to live life without a budget, but it's not doing me well.
Yeah.
So
Trust me.
I'm
I
working
know.
on it. But let's get into it.
Let's do it.
You are a musician. How long have you been doing music?
It's just now been 2 years.
Really?
In January, it was 2 years.
Really? Okay, but that makes sense though, because whenever I first heard about you, it was through Trip G. Shout out to Trip.
Yeah, shout out to
And
him
y'all
for
had
sure.
a song together. Come on.
That was probably when we had a song before that on my first project, but we spent the block and he got me on his. So yeah.
How is it working with Trip?
I've been knowing Trip since I was in the 6th grade.
Okay.
And it's actually an honor just to see him pursuing this because he's literally been rapping since the 6th grade. Like, literally, he used to be in class, like, writing raps and freestyling. So to fast forward to that, he actually gave me the opportunity to do my first show. The Trippin' Friends was my first time ever performing. And I think it was just, like, the anniversary that was, like, 2 days ago. Like,
The Hot Girl Takeover?
yeah.
I remember
When we did that, so
I remember.
yeah, that was the first time. But working with him, he's super humble. He's very experienced. And he's been through a lot, like when it comes to the music stuff. So I always just sit back and just let him talk, cause y'all know he a talker. So
Yes, he
you know,
is.
but he's very knowledgeable too. So I appreciate that for sure.
I always love to hear stories about working with Trip because I also work with him, as y'all know, and it's always around the same basis. He's a solid dude, super humble.
No, for sure.
Nothing but good stories. So shout out to Trip being a solid ass individual.
Yeah, and he's a girl dad, and he's a super dope
He is
dad.
a girl
so
dad.
that's
He
always
does
a
very
plus.
good as a single dad too.
Yeah,
so
that's always
I
a
love to
plus.
see that. So if you say that it's just been 2 years, you have so much support within that time. How
Yeah,
did
I
you
would say-
gain your support so fast?
You know what? I don't really even have an answer for that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I really don't. It could be because whenever I started, I just did it. You know what I'm saying? I still don't care what people say, you know?
Right.
So, just that and just, I guess, just displaying the confidence that I do have and it just, I don't know, it just made people just want to hop aboard on it. But before I did music, I was kind of like well known around the city, like, you know, just for just being super cool, super dressy. So I think from that to shifting to music and people actually like, you know, people fuck with you, they fuck with you.
That's a
you know what I'm
fact.
saying? It shows whenever you actually try to pursue something. And so I think that's just where the support shifted from, and just touching people, reach one, teach one. you
Yeah,
know?
and on top of it is good music, so that
Yeah,
is
for
also a
sure.
plus. People are able to stand behind something that means something to them.
Yeah.
You're not just out there putting out, you know, I mean, not flagrant, but just any old thing.
No,
so
yeah, for
that
sure.
definitely helps as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Excuse me, I'm getting all thirsty, like I got cotton mouth. But I saw that you recently took a trip to Atlanta.
I did.
How was
last
that?
month. Atlanta was cool. Well, the trip was cool. I personally don't like Atlanta.
Really?
The food sucks. All they got is chicken everywhere. And like the regular restaurants, they just don't be it for me. But I'm big on food spots when I travel. But as far as like the music scene goes, I think it was really dope. It kind of reminded me of being here. Like it's like when you do music, not even music, but when you're like a creative, it's like a secret society.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It could
It
be
is
just
so
me.
hard to
Like
break through.
you don't even know, like, even like all the events that we have here, like when I go to it, I be like, damn, like how y'all know about this shit? Like, you know, and so it was like that there. So just, we were really out there just networking and tapping in with people. We were down there for the Coalition DJ conference. So we just was down there, you know, just, that was my first time being in Atlanta, like doing music. So just kind of scoping the scene, see who I can work with on my next go around. But I enjoyed the trip all in all for sure.
That's good. I love Atlanta.
You do?
I really do. Like anytime I'm there, it is just such a vibe. I've been there to see a few concerts. I was there last
Okay.
year and I did a photo shoot. But it does remind me of Oklahoma in a
Yeah,
sense.
a little bit.
Just a lot better scenery.
Yeah.
I love the trees.
Yeah.
But as far as like the vibes from the people, everybody was super welcoming.
Yeah, they
Felt
got
like
some,
I knew everybody.
some Southern comfort for sure.
That definitely comes in hand because you'll go out to other states. And I haven't experienced it in Cali, but in like Colorado or any other state, it's not so welcoming.
Yeah,
It's a little bit weird.
I agree.
But you mentioned that it's kind of like a secret society,
Yeah.
sometimes even here.
Yeah, for
Have you
sure.
had to deal with any type of like gatekeeping or blocking?
I don't really know, like, just to say, like, because I don't really look for it to be like, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Right.
like, this is what I have, I'm present to you. If you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, you don't. But I
Right.
personally don't feel like I've dealt with gatekeeping, like, in that aspect as far as music, because I just be doing what I want to do.
That's really good. A few artists that I've had up here have had to deal with that, but it's nice to hear a different perspective because to the outside world, it can seem like, well, shit, I might as well not even get in because y'all not finna let me in anyway.
Yeah. Now, I wouldn't say gatekeeping, but I feel like since I've had good response with my music, I feel like sometimes people, they build their own perspective. Like, if they don't want to, I'll just say, because everybody use like share my post or shout me out because they feel like, oh, she already getting this love. I ain't got to show her no love. You know what I'm saying? So it more so in that aspect, but not so like closed doors, no.
Is that one of your what? Is that one of your biggest misconceptions?
I think so.
That people feel like you
I
already
believe
got
so.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. I definitely feel like
Yes.
that.
And we were talking about that a few episodes ago. People will look at your social media, for instance, and be like, oh, well, shit, they doing this and they doing all of
For
this.
sure.
So they can build up this kind of facade or persona of you and haven't even met you before.
Most definitely.
Do you find that difficult or do you not even care?
I guess it just depends on who I'm dealing with. But I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it definitely shows when I meet people until they actually meet me and they be like, damn, she actually pretty cool. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
one of those people. I was scared to meet you.
Really?
Yes,
I get that a
because
lot.
I was
get that a
very
lot.
afraid.
I get that a lot. But what people don't know, I'm really socially awkward. Like,
Yeah.
my mom is still surprised that I rap because I'm just not a talker. Like, I probably thought I was a weirdo just sitting there not saying nothing. But I'm
No,
really
not
not a
at
talker.
all.
Like, I don't know. But I definitely get that a lot, too. I think it just comes from, like, the connotation of my name and who I be with. But I'm really not that scary.
You're really not in real life, but I'm a naturally like scary or shy person in
Okay.
general. So I'm
I'm usually
very
like that, too,
reserved. So I
for
feel
sure.
like Well, she don't like me, and I thought that you was gonna say no to even being on the show, so I was super happy when you responded.
No, that's why I
really
said I watch all the
appreciate it.
episodes for sure.
Thank you, for real. That means something.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the people who you roll with. You do have a very nice crew. Let's talk about your gang, or a few of the people you hang with.
Girl, nah, yeah, we could talk about them. I guess the first person I'll shout out is Southwest Dez.
Shout out to Diz.
Yeah, Dez has been a good role model as far as like, I wouldn't even just say music, like just all around. He's a good, solid dude, real stand-up guy, good father, good friend, just, you know, play brother. However, like, there's not a time where I call him and he don't pick up, or if he don't pick up, you don't call me right back. Like even when outside of music, just grown up decision making, like he's somebody that I can really confide in, and vice versa, because we talk often. And I think that's what really made all my crew, like outside of music, like we hang out every day.
Yeah.
On Sundays is gang day, like every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's what made us do music, like whatever this situation that we have, easier. Because outside of the music, like we really click
That's
tight.
important.
I guess I could shout out J-Po. That's my boy. When I first kind of got my foot, or was getting my feet wet, he was kind of pretty much like my liaison, like as far as like bookings go, because I don't have a manager. So he was pretty much like my liaison. Well, he still is, depending on, but I really handle a lot of my business. But still, all in all, he's who I can call on or have people talk to like directly when I don't want to deal with them. Gotta shout out my producer, Sauce Me FGQ. I feel like I wouldn't be the artist that I am today, like creatively, if it wasn't for him. He's definitely helped me a lot, studio wise, even just how I do things, like my rollouts or something like that. And then everybody else, I fuck with them. They already know what's up. I ain't got to shout them out, but them three for sure.
That's what's up. Because, like I said, going back to a few of the artists, that's kind of like a common denominator. Everybody's team is solid.
Yeah, for sure.
And
you gotta have it.
You definitely have to have
You
it.
gotta have it. And we don't have no yes men. And we not fucked up about telling you how we feel when we feel it right then and there. And I think that plays a big part too. Like, nobody really takes what we say to each other like personal. You know what I'm saying? Like we all know when if we're saying it, like it's coming straight from the heart with good intentions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody plays their role and they play it well. Like no one man above the crew. So
Right.
that's what keeps it solid.
I love hearing things like that. You can kind of see, like, as far as celebrities go, who and who doesn't have yes men in their corner.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like Kanye definitely has too many yes men right now.
Yeah, most definitely.
Not enough black women in his life, and that's why everything is failing by the wayside.
I agree. And I say that too because I'm literally the only female around 12 guys, and they like 12 little brothers, and they all older than me. But it's just like they know I'm the one that at least keep this shit together. Like,
Right.
even like when we go out of town or if we doing a show, you would think I would be the last person to be ready. Really, it'd be Dez. Dez is such a diva, but it just, you know, I just got to keep them in line though. So
Yeah, I know that. I know exactly how it is. I got 5 younger brothers. And
dang, for real?
Yes, and
Wicked.
the oldest and only girl. So I'm used to being in those spaces to where it's male dominated.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say that I kind of grew up like handicapped because I didn't get as much female interaction. If I did, I've got like one female cousin who's my age. Shout out to Monica. And then on my daddy's side, I got one female cousin and she's older than me. So I didn't necessarily grow up, with close female interaction.
I think the same. I think the same. I have a cousin, she's like older, probably like 4 years older. And I have a younger sister, she's like 3 years younger, but she was always involved in like boy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So outside of the homegirls that I did have, I feel the same way too. So I get what you're saying.
Yes, I remember you had made a post talking about how there weren't enough platforms about women being able to speak to younger girls or being able to speak to other women.
For sure.
Were there a few topics that you wanted to discuss or things you wanted to say to younger women who are watching?
I guess we can. I feel like growing up, sorry, I'm
You're good.
Weirdo sitting here like that. Like just growing up, kind of going back to what you said, not really having like women, I guess, to lean on. I was one of those little girls who always like butted heads with my mom. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now that I'm older and just reflecting, me and my mom stay together now too.
That's what's up. I want to stay with my mom.
So it's like, it's almost like I had to learn myself all over again in a weird way. Like even learning learning my mom in a different perspective, like just viewing her and just how we interact with each other. You just look at things different. You look at yourself different. You like, okay, this why I'm like this. This why I'm like that. This why she said this. I should have did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. But I can also say that growing up that we didn't, like I said, we didn't have the best relationship, and there were some things that she probably could have been harder on me about. Like I heard you say you were strict. I honestly don't feel like I had a strict mother. You know what I'm saying? And it's just certain things that I wish that we would have took more time to, or at least she would have took more time to try to teach me. But then I'd be like, well, how can she teach me things that she may not have been taught? You know, and this is also things that I recognize, like I said, because we live together now, and watching how she reacts with my grandmother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that. And really just finding yourself, and when you're just growing up and just really finding things that you like to do and doing it for you, not trying to do it for somebody else or trying to fit in. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I dealt with that a lot growing up, and it probably held me back from doing a lot of stuff. So when I picked up rapping, it was just something that I just did it and didn't care what nobody said.
Yeah.
But as far as like a topic though, I don't really got no topic off the head. I'm not really good, but I got good answers for sure.
I feel you. I really like how you put it, us having to relearn ourselves in different dynamics, and then even taking into consideration that our parents are also adults as we are adults. And like for my mom, she was a first-time parent, so of course she was a lot more stricter on me and making sure I did this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Only because she didn't want me to make certain mistakes that she had done.
Right.
So I think it's very important for people to be able to take a step outside of themselves and take a step outside of realizing, like, that's my mom, but she's also a whole separate ass individual.
Nah, for real though.
With things going on in her life too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, even I'll use as an example. Last week I hosted the Super Bowl at my house with my friends, and like I ain't tripping about money being spent or nothing like that. But it was just like little courtesy things. Like niggas was walking in my kitchen grabbing a bag of chips without asking. Like, you ain't never been here. You're not gonna ask to go in my kitchen. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Principle.
Or just going stuffing your plate or trying to get seconds, and everybody in the house saying, "Hey, I'm feeling like a grandma." Like you know what I'm saying? Like just little tedious things. It's like, damn, I sound like my mama. Like just you know, just I don't know, it's weird. It's definitely weird.
Definitely get that. Like, you sound like your mama right now. You sound like your mom.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean what I say.
I mean it's just every little thing. Even like if the tissue not on the thing when you go in the bathroom. My mama used to be so mad when we didn't put it on there until it happened to me, and I'm like, who didn't put the damn tissue back on it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's right here.
Yeah, like it's crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah, just really learning myself. I feel like rapping has helped a lot too. Like I said, I'm very socially awkward, but I've always been somebody that was easygoing to get along with. So I feel like rapping has helped me be more open with people and being able to have like open conversations such as this, and just being open to just meeting new people, you know, because I'm very shut off. I feel like that's why me and my clique we go together, because it's like, okay, this is who I met, we doing good, and that's it.
And we don't need nobody else.
Yeah, for sure. But at the same time, I feel like it can hinder us, or it will hinder us, or it does hinder us, because we be like, anytime somebody try to approach us with something, we be like, nah, not knowing we probably really could use that person or need that person.
That's a fact. Networking has definitely gotten me in more spaces than I ever anticipated.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm kind of like, I'm not going to say in this by myself, but I definitely met a whole new group of people through Trip. I don't have any ties back to Millwood or any ties back to anything, so this is all a fresh start.
Most definitely.
Even meeting him, you know, just meeting everybody was just through networking.
It's crazy how it come back full circle, because I used to get T-shirts made like when I was like in high school at they shop when they was on the Eastside. You know what I'm saying? So like fast forward and we're here.
Right.
Like, you know, that's weird. It's not weird. The universe did it, but it's just like, I don't know.
You can't make this type of shit up.
Nah,
you
for
really
real.
can't. I'm at the mall last week doing my own photo shoot because I'm poor. But this man comes up to me and he's like, yeah, I'm looking for a graphic designer and a photographer. And I'm like, man, I can't really help you out like that, but my man D. Wright can. He pulls out his phone. He was literally in the process of sending you a message.
Wicked.
I look at his phone. He had your page pulled
That's
up in the
crazy.
DMs, and he was like, I was about to send him a message, but I ain't talked to him since he used to make T-shirts. So I don't even know if he really fucking with me like that. I said, hit him up, bro. Hit him up.
That's crazy. How ironic is
it's
that?
really crazy how life comes full circle. I just didn't anticipate that. But no, I just thought that was super exciting. Look at you out here.
I didn't even know you did graphic design and like to recommend them to somebody like that. So that's hella ironic.
Yeah, he does
I'm
all
low-key,
my little
like,
production.
and that's I hate to say low key. I'm professional. I know it's real work to say now.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting everything I do to the.
Well, at least you know that, so you
but-
know what you need to work on.
Right.
For sure. That's crazy.
That is very crazy. I work with Trip G, of course, but I also work with KO, and I assisted them with setting up their business
Okay.
on their business side. Are you in the process, or have you already started to establish Neighborhood Barbie as a business?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
established.
Just wanted to make
She
sure.
is. See, in my real world, I'm management. Like, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? I do management in real life. So I just apply all the things that I learned in the blue collar world to the music world.
Because it makes sense.
Yeah, so I mean, I could focus more on music, which I should, but I just be so focused on the business that I be not really forgetting, but I put more into it. But I know at the end of the day, they're going to work hand in hand.
They definitely do, and I
But-
feel like that's a good trade-off.
You know, for sure. But also as an artist, at some point, I'll probably eventually hand it off to somebody else. But I'm just so hands-on,
was
just
just
because
about
I
to
be
ask you that.
they always say all the time, like, you know too much. Like when you know too much, you like, it just like, you just be standoff with certain things and you hinder yourself doing a lot. At least you think you know too much, but I don't know. But yeah.
I feel like that's one of my biggest. I feel like downfall has a negative connotation, but I feel like
Yeah.
I know a lot, so it's hard for somebody to come at me with new information.
That's exactly what it is.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be like, oh, I know it all, but come to me with something new.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know it all, but I know
for
a
sure.
lot. I know a lot.
Especially in this industry, like,
You know, like I want you to pick up from where I know and then go. From
And
there.
then let's start from there.
elevate me,
Yeah,
you
don't
know?
teach me
Like, don't
shit
try to
already.
just try to tell me something that you think I want to hear, because, like, I don't go for that. But definitely in this industry, even just meeting, like, I think Xavier Martin is probably the best manager I done seen, just working full
Shout out to
circle.
Blackmail.
Because, like, there's a lot of people here that's just like, oh, yeah, I want to manage you. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I just be like, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas really don't be having nothing to offer. Like,
Whatsoever.
like, show me what you know what I'm saying? It just don't be like, and that's just small. Like, even when it comes to promoting and doing shows, like, people are so scandalous in this business only because there's a lot of thirsty artists. But I can't even say thirsty, but they're just ignorant, because you're just ignorant to what you don't know. So if somebody coming to tell you they can do you this, and that, then they just be so quick to, but I'm not that type of person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to show me the Carfax.
Let me see it, because I'm not
For
just
real.
about to go into any
Nah,
type of
for
situation
real.
blindly.
Especially if I'm coming out of pocket. Like, I
You know what I'm
need this, that, and the third before we do anything. Most
No,
definitely.
I definitely feel you on that. I've seen some people get with other management, or I'm not going to say management specifically, but those types of situations,
Yeah.
and nothing has happened
Yeah,
with them.
for sure.
Now, I feel like you've definitely progressed, again, within the last 2 years. Where do you think that management will take you if you were?
I feel like whenever I get management, they'll probably be able to, like, expand me. Not necessarily faster, but more efficiently, because they'll have more time to focus on that aspect, to where is when I do it not necessarily on my free time, but when it's time for me to switch to be Neighborhood Barbie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whereas if somebody else has more time to do it all day long, then, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's definitely been, it hasn't really been a hassle, because like I said, I got like Dez and Poe, but like I said, they're like, you got to monitor them doing stuff too. But I feel like, yeah, once I get put my trust in somebody that I feel like will be the best candidate for me, I feel like they'll be able to expand Neighborhood Barbie further.
I love that. What advice would you have for a high schooler, like a middle schooler, who's wanting to become baby neighborhood Barbie or somebody like you?
Oh man, first, and it's crazy. I get females all the time. They write me and be like, "Man, I just want to do. You make it look so easy, like,
that's
or
so
just
sweet.
like thank you for just being who you are. Like you inspire me to do it." And I always tell them like, just do it, because they always say I'm scared to show people that I can rap. Like, just do it. I think being an artist, especially coming from Oklahoma, we always focus on who's gonna like it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you're going to have a lot of people that's not going to like it because we're a melting pot.
Yes.
Nobody likes the same thing here. We don't have one sound here. We don't
That's
have
true.
just one style here. So you just got to find whatever group that's fucking with your shit, build with them. Hopefully they'll, get somebody else on the board.
Right.
And then, like I said, just expand from there. There's 49 other states. Somebody
That's
gonna
a
like
fact.
you. So
Somebody gonna like
that's
it.
always been my mentality, because I've been able to like do music in Dallas, Houston, Mississippi, Memphis, and Atlanta. And then not even just performing, just playing my shit.
Right.
And I get the same reaction as I get to the people who fuck with my shit here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I really just focus on who like it and not who don't. I don't really get too involved in, because if you focus on who don't like it, then you just kind of neglect the people that fuck with you. And it's just like, and they're like, damn, like we had this hope. All this hope in you just left us hanging.
Right, by the wayside. I need to take that advice myself. That'll hinder me from doing like a lot of stuff, even with my brand. Like,
For
ain't
sure.
nobody gonna like this. I'm not finna put this out, or this is
Just
ugly.
put it
Scrape
out.
the whole thing.
You just gotta put it out. Even like when it comes to, not like I said, not just the music, just this industry. Like, you may like this type of stuff, and you may not like this,
Right.
and that's okay. Some people may like KO and may not like me, but that's cool. KO make that music that you like to listen to. I make the music that my people like to listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you just gotta think of it like that.
Something for everybody.
For sure.
I always try to bring up the bread out.
Yeah, for sure.
All of that bread.
And I think
all that
what
bread.
also plays a part in like the negative is the consumers. They definitely play a part in the negativity. But also feeding into the negative consumers makes it even worse. Like, we've seen it before, like just in the media, when whoever fans is going hard in the comments, and you know what I'm saying, that's just what keep it going. But
Shout out to
you also have to be a bigger person and get your fans or supporters like corrected. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, let them know that it's not cool to be doing that. I mean, you
Very
can't
mature
control everybody,
perspective.
but you know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
to say something.
yeah, you gotta say something,
your
because
people in to a
people
certain
be
extent.
too crazy, like way too crazy.
Again, shout out to Nikki.
Nah, for real. So that's all. That's how I think about it. You just gotta find who like it.
Okay, so I do have a quick question. I'm a little nervous about your answer. Are you Team Nikki or Cardi B?
I'm definitely Team Nikki.
Thank God.
I'm definitely Team Nikki. I'm not the Barbie for no reason. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Nah, but yeah, I've definitely been a Nikki fan since I was probably like ninth grade. But I don't think I've grown with her music. I can't say that, but
Okay.
I'm still a fan of Nikki, but I just haven't grown with her music.
Typically, whenever I give people my answer as far as being Team Nikki, they like to be like, oh, you're a hater. You don't like Cardi B because she's new and this, and that. And it's not even that I don't like Cardi B. I like good music.
For sure.
And I feel like Nikki is definitely more so an artist and Cardi B is an entertainer.
Most definitely.
And I feel like a lot of people don't tap into the true artistry of what Nikki does.
That's true.
And that upsets me. And I'm just like, if you can't recognize the genius as to what she's saying, then we don't have the type of conversation to be having.
Nah, for real. But also, when you have those type of discussions, you just have to know, like, some people they only know this much. And you know this much. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to argue.
And it shows.
Like, I heard if you argue with a fool, you look like two fools. You know what I'm saying? So, it just, yeah, it just, I
Audience,
can't.
you want to go? Come on,
Go
audience.
ahead.
Cardi B all day. I listen. You know, she don't know I listen to music. I'm Cardi B all day.
Cardi B don't be saying nothing.
They comparing they both of the music today or just
They hold brand. Like,
Impossible.
I was Nicki for a minute, but Cardi B, I mean, she got a lot of different rims to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not like I don't like her.
Right,
I
that's
just
what
don't
I do.
prefer her. You know what I'm saying? That goes to that.
She got to that one layer, and then she kind of to just start branching off, but I'm Carly B.
That's
Yeah.
all right. I just had to ask, you know, coming from a true artist.
No, yeah, for sure.
Just coming from a true artist, I just had to know.
I'd be a weirdo if I didn't say so. Like,
And I really don't even like to have those types of discussions because I'm never like a girl against girl type. I'm women always whatever I'm always on the girl side.
Yeah, I just prefer Nicki over Cardi. No,
And that's just
problem.
what it is.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I just prefer. I don't even think it's because Cardi B is new, but it's just like, it's just not my type.
It's just not
my
it.
type of music. You know, some people like that type. I don't.
I think she should work better on her enunciation.
I will agree. I definitely agree on that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit better on her enunciation, but that's all right. Shout out to Belle Calise. As a female artist in the game, have you encountered several other artists? Like locally, I don't know that many female rappers.
Yeah, they out there. It's just like I said. It's just more so of how can I say it? I don't know. Like, there's a lot. I think the KO might have been the first female rapper that I met outside of like my homegirl that rap. But let me not even say met. Like, I've gone to a lot of local shows and I've seen them, so I know they're out there.
Right.
But it also just goes back to like the business side and how you're putting yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? It just pretty much goes from there. Like, I'm not a studio person. Like, I don't go and make thousands and thousands of songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can do that, but I enjoy like going out and actually meeting people. Like, oh, you heard about Nayborhood Barbie? Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? That's just my type.
Right.
You know, I'm my own street team. So
You gotta be.
So I feel like that's what a lot of the females lack. They just don't put themselves out there.
Why do you think that is? Is it nerves? Is it being scared?
I think so.
Lack of confidence?
Yeah, all of the
I
above
definitely
for sure.
think so too.
All of the above for sure.
Because it's so easy to not, to not put yourself out there, but
Yeah.
you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, just like how he said.
Doing yourself a disservice.
I know a lot of people that's looking for, people would rather go get scammed on Instagram before they even know that, you know what I'm saying, there's somebody
Right.
here right in their city they can do it. But yeah,
That
it's
do
just,
logos.
it's just
types
doing
of
yourself a
stuff.
disservice for sure.
Yes. Okay, so what's next for you? Because I didn't mean to step on your
Oh
foot.
no, you good.
You had mentioned that you're not the type of person to put like thousands of tracks.
Yeah, I'm not.
When is the next project dropping?
I don't really have a date for it, but I definitely have all the songs recorded.
Okay.
And with this project, I'm not even really call it an album. I guess it's kind of like an EP. I really hate getting into those debates. It's just, I just drop it. But on this one, I definitely have a lot more features locally. I don't know if you
Okay.
follow my music. I really don't have features.
Right.
I really haven't had any features, I would say. But on this go around, I definitely reached out to some of my favorite artists that I haven't already worked with. So like I said, I already got the music recorded. It's just really just, I don't know. I hate to say timing because it's never really a good time, but
Right.
I just don't have a date for it yet. I don't even have a
That's
name.
alright.
I don't have a name for it yet.
Really?
I still don't know if I want to do it as a project or just like drop singles month after month. Like, I don't know yet. But
What do you think the benefit would be to doing it one way versus the other, or is there really a benefit?
it just depends on what kind of artist you are. You know, personally, I feel like I make better music collectively, but I know people be wanting the singles.
Right.
Like that'd be the hard part for us being as artists, because people always ask, when you dropping new music, I'm like, damn, I already got. Have you heard that?
Right.
Because this
Did you
ain't been
even
out that long. You know what I'm saying? I don't be trying to overwork myself. Like, so like even like with I-35, I made I-35 2 years ago, and I wasn't even going to put it out. I only put it out because of the reaction it got when I first performed it. And I've been able to push that one song for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And
I think that's
not
so
that I
important,
don't
too.
have other music. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I've been dropping like freestyle visuals and stuff like that. But if I-35 is the one that's getting the most traction, I'm gonna push it as far as I can, and then I'm gonna get y'all with that new stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Makes the most sense because you'll have an artist like Erykah Badu. She'll still tour off her old stuff.
That's what I say, bro.
people-
New edition, like,
It's
yeah,
timeless music.
for sure. You could be booked for 50 years, like.
Off the same Stevie
and
Wonder put out a new song and whenever.
Nah,
you know
for
what I'm
real.
saying?
And that also comes from just, you know, having that established fan base. Once you got that established fan base and support
Take that
system,
anywhere.
yeah. Like I said, you don't even got to worry about who not fucking with it because, you know, these people they gonna come out and support whatever you got going on.
Right.
So but yeah, I'm more of a project person because the way I make my music, like my real music, far from doing like just my little freestyle music. Like I want you to feel it, and you can't just feel it by just getting one song after one
Right.
song, you know. So yeah,
I think that's real tough, considering like the microwave generation. Almost everybody wants stuff so quickly.
Yeah.
Nobody feeds off of anything. So
for
like
sure.
a new album will come out. What was it, Dirty Sprite for? And everybody was like, that shit whack. I'm like, but damn, it just came out yesterday. You know,
nah, like
live
you ain't
with
even
it.
got the time to sit and really just listen to it. Only thing people know, they'll go to, like I said, that one single that they know, and that's what they gonna go. No,
Right.
I'm gonna listen to all 10 of these songs. I ain't do that for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. That's how we feeling now. Like, no, I'm not about to. But yeah, I definitely got new music on the way. But like I said, it just depends on what type of artist you are. Back to what you said about the microwave generation. They only know what they see. What they don't see is the shit that be happening on the back end. Even like some of like their favorite artists, like Lil Baby and the Baby. Like niggas think they gonna drop one song and blow up, and that be what it is. Not knowing niggas been rapping for like 3-4 years before they really
Right.
just got they just do. You know, like even with artists here, I feel like, you know. And some of them still haven't even got their just due.
Yeah.
But you can't really worry about it. I mean, as an artist, you know, you just, when your time comes, you just gotta be ready. I mean, that's what we doing all of this for.
Yeah.
Like, just
That's
because
a
it
fact.
took this person, or say it took me 2 years to get a certain level, and you feel like I'm at a different level as a person, but I still haven't got to where I need to be. I still haven't
Right.
hit my hardships and
Right.
you know what I'm saying, my bumps in the road. You know what I'm
That's
saying? It
true.
look good right now, but I still got a journey to go. You know,
That's
compared to
true.
somebody who's been doing it 18, 15 years and they already
Right.
been through all that. You know what I'm saying? So
My
just
fear,
depends.
like, if I were an artist with your type of success, my fear, for no real reason, is how people would treat me just for them seeing, you know, that I've progressed in this short amount of time. However, they've been over here for like 10 plus years. Do you feel like, I feel like a few artists here in the city are meant to stay local, and I don't even say that as like a hit or like a negative thing, because there's nothing wrong with being local.
Facts.
I just feel like certain artists are meant to stay where they're at, and I don't feel like you're one of those. You've never had anybody treat you like, as far as somebody who's been in the industry a lot longer, nobody's ever come to you with that type of energy.
Like what? Like, oh, you only been doing this 2 years? No,
Good.
I ain't gonna let them. I'm not.
Good.
Because even though I've only been in doing it 2 years, the experience that I've gotten in such short time is an experience that a nigga who ain't been doing this shit 10 years still ain't did.
Right.
And they told me that. Like, oh, I've been doing this, especially like older niggas. I've been doing this 10, 15 years and I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? So I know the direction I'm going has got to be a good one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they ain't going to do me like that because, you know, if you're still
happening.
stuck in that position, it's a reason why. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Whether you're waiting for a handout or you just waiting for whoever to push you or to get behind you, like, that's whack. I ain't waiting on that.
Very whack. And you can definitely see, it doesn't matter. I just feel like we have a few people amongst us who are meant to stay local, and
I
that's
agree.
okay.
I agree. Only because I think more so is because they don't see taking their career to the next level. Like, you gonna stay local because you just doing local shit, not like local shows, but like you just moving locally.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
you have no planning with this shit. You really just doing it. You know?
Right.
Like, even like I said, I'm not a person that go to the studio and have 300 songs in my phone. Niggas be
Just-
saying that when I be able to, I got 250 songs in my phone.
Why?
Why? What you gonna do with this
Why?
shit? Why do you have 200? Y'all
Drop
just,
it.
you and your homies just listening to it?
I
Yeah,
guess.
it's because you don't have no plan to put that shit out. That's cool. Like,
You can have it.
yeah, for real.
Have
So,
it. Oh, that is so important. And again, for anybody who's out there watching, whenever we say local, there's no knocks to it. There's no negative connotation to be put behind that whatsoever.
just a category.
It's just a
I'm still
category.
local.
Everybody's local with it.
That's all I'm
For
saying.
sure.
Y'all just
It's-
tell me with it that we know.
Yeah, it's,
Exactly.
it's not a problem.
Just wanted
I
to make
have
sure
no
y'all out
problem.
there knew that.
I'm definitely a local artist, for
Yes,
sure.
I'm a local gal,
Yeah, it just...
you know,
But-
OKC.
I think a lot of times in this business too, like people, like I said, they like, especially men in this business, girl, they are
Men.
so sensitive, bro. It's
So
just,
sensitive. The
it's
ego is so
sen-
fragile.
and that's why I said I be having to have liaisons, cause I could really hurt these niggas' feelings, and I just be like, bro, I'm not even gonna deal with it, like, cause they just. They're so sensitive.
wanna get
Like,
to calling you
even when it
names.
comes, I wouldn't even say the criticism. Like, if somebody just telling you some real shit, niggas just be taking it and they'll shut down. Either that or they want to argue and debate about it. And there's a lot of times shit don't need to be argued or debated about. You just need to take the shit, listen to what people saying, and
Ain't no
then,
rebuttal to be had.
yeah, and then work on this. And then that's just what it
Go
is.
back to like what y'all was saying earlier, with these niggas that's riding about yesterday and all that.
Yeah.
People can't take real confrontation.
Nah, no confrontation, not at all. Not at all. It's grown men not being able to have conversation is a pet peeve for
It's a
me.
lot of fake beefs and all
disgusting.
that problems get started because niggas just trying to be honest. now you got a problem.
Yeah.
Niggas rather have a problem with a nigga than just have a real conversation with a nigga.
Most definitely. It just that's whack too. Like, and a lot of shit just
hate
because. And then when one side wants to have a talk, another nigga don't want to talk about it. So it just like, but yeah,
Can't find no middle
men not
ground.
being able to talk is a pet peeve for me. Like that just. Like, be a man, nigga.
I was just about to say, is it even considered a man at that point?
yeah,
That
like
is a
damn,
male.
be a man.
That is a male.
Like I'm talking to you, like you know what I'm saying.
Speak
like,
to me.
oh, that's a pet peeve.
The fuck are you be missing?
No, most definitely, and I see.
Gender roles coming to a type shit like that. Like, niggas, you gonna man up or not?
Nah, for real.
they not.
I want to hear
Especially
all
something
that.
You got a problem. That's
Yeah.
why I hate when people got a problem with something and they don't want to speak.
You wanna beat around the bush
Yeah,
about
I just
it.
want to hear all that big boy shit that you was talking about.
To everybody else, yeah.
To
I want to
somebody
hear
else,
it.
right.
Let me hear it. You know what I'm
was
saying?
said?
Because if you don't say it when I'm asking to, you might as well dead it because you got an opportunity to talk about it and you don't want to talk about it. So if you ain't gonna stand on it, just dead that shit. And
Immediately.
it just, yeah, we deal with that a lot in this business. Like, even like it's niggas I know, like, oh, they feel like I should fuck with them because we from the same side of town or because we went to school. Nigga, that don't got nothing to do with nothing.
Nothing whatsoever.
That shit don't mean nothing. Business is business, and that's what they don't know. Niggas be wanting handouts and favors. That shit only goes so far, for sure.
Oh, well, you work with so and so, and you know we cool, so go ahead and live me. And I'm not finna live nothing.
I'm not gonna lie. And even in everybody in my group do music. I probably got 2 songs with Dez, and probably like 1 song, like maybe 1 song with 2 other rappers. But I don't even do music with my own homies.
Right.
I'm not finna just jump and do music with y'all either. You don't have to do music with each other. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan of a lot of rappers here, like a lot. Like I fuck with a lot of rappers here. But there's also a lot of rappers that I feel like we just won't make good music with. But I fuck with them. I fuck with their music.
Right.
Like, that's no problem. But when you tell niggas that, they be feeling some type of way, and it's just like, damn, like, I'm telling you, I don't think we'll
Right.
make good music, but
Just
keep
not
making
gonna
your
go.
shit. Like, I'm cool with that. Like,
No knocks whatsoever.
no knocks at all. So then niggas get to feeling weird because you did do some or a song with this person or whatever,
Right.
and not them. And it's just like, you got your feelings involved for no reason. So now you mad and in your feelings. Now I don't even know you in your feelings, and cause I thought, we can talk like this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Keep it real.
Nah, for real. I'm like, damn.
And they really don't want to hear it from no female.
Nah, they don't want to hear that shit.
That's fact.
Girl,
They
they don't
really
want to
don't
hear
wanna
that.
hear
They
it.
don't want to hear that shit. I probably
get to
ain't-
cry.
I probably she suck anyway. She fat.
Right.
She this. After I tell them all that, yeah, whatever.
I guess.
I got the receipts.
I
for
know
sure.
what was said.
So it just be like, yeah, you never know who you're dealing with here. There's a lot of vultures in it too. So that's why I'm saying you just
Keep an eye out for them vultures. I
get
don't
some
think
vultures.
Well, I have come into a few people whose intentions weren't necessarily the greatest for my brand. And I
Hell yeah, I'm pretty sure people probably reach out just to get free clothes and shit.
all the time. Why you ain't put me in no photo shoot? You've never worn any. Why would I ever put you in a photo shoot? You don't even follow the page. Even with the show. When you gonna put me on a Wave Talk? Do you watch the Wave Talk?
Nah, for real.
No, you don't
like,
even watch it. Why would I put you on?
You just want to do something.
Just want to be seen. Just want to be seen.
That shit be so annoying.
What are we finna talk about?
For real.
What are we finna talk about?
Man, I'm telling these niggas be at an all-time high with that female shit. Like, I can't even, like, I be in the studio. Mind you, when I go to the studio, I don't look like this. Niggas will see me, and first thing they want to do is pull their camera, and I be like,
slow down.
chill, like, you know what I'm saying? Chill, like, come on, don't do that.
Act like
just
a girl.
don't, yeah, for real. I just be like, oh my goodness. But like I said, that's another thing that just, I guess you just got to get used to. I don't see what other people see when they see me.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that's also something I've been having to work with, like when people see me, like I've had niggas kiss my hand, like niggas just do the craziest shit. But
As
this is
they
just,
should, though.
that's facts. But it's just something to get used to, and it's just like, damn, what are y'all seeing? Like,
Right.
I don't feel like it, but that's just because I just be so in the
I
moment.
be thinking niggas was lying. Like, ain't no way you're a liar.
Like you can't. That's why I be like, what's your favorite song about me? And they be like I-35, and I be like, yeah,
Of course.
you on some
You heard it on the
bullshit.
radio.
Yeah, you
Of
on some
course.
bullshit. You ain't did no research, nothing.
I want to be all up in my face.
Yeah, so it just be like, whatever. Yeah.
I've loved our conversation.
No, for real.
And I really want to bring you back for a part 2,
We
but
can
I
do
feel
that.
like we're cutting up on time. Can you let people know how to follow you, where to find you, and any upcoming events that you have?
Yes, most definitely. Y'all already know who it is and what it is. The biggest is checking in. You can find me on all social media platforms at Nayborhood Barbie. And the next place I'll be at South by Southwest. I'll be
Okay.
performing at South by
Okay.
Southwest. Yeah,
We're going to have to link up. We're going to be out
Yeah,
there the
for sure.
17th through the 20th.
that's when I'm there. 17th to the 20th.
I think Trip got like 2 or 3 performances, so we're going to be working.
Yeah, so we may run into each other. We may not. I've never been to
Right.
South by Southwest,
Me
so
neither.
I'm ready to experience it.
I'm excited.
for sure.
I know you're going to do great. The crowd is going to love you. That's one thing about a female, a black woman till infinity, till infinity, till infinity. We will always get like the most support regardless because they love how we come. They love how beautiful we are, our presence, and they love what we have to say.
Nah,
so
for
I know
sure.
you're finna shut it down. I'm really excited.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for coming on to the show.
No
Again, I was
problem.
super nervous. I'm happy we did this.
Me too.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next episode. I didn't mean to kick you
No,
again,
you
but
did.
thank you again, Nayborhood Barbie.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you again, guys. Thank you so much. Another huge thank you to my guest today, Miss Nayborhood Barbie. I loved our conversation. Can't wait to bring her back on. As you guys know, I always like to close us out with a quote. And I feel like this kind of goes back to what she had said, completely unplanned, whenever she was mentioning you literally just have to go. So the quote says, it's not about perfection. It's about alignment, improvement, and enjoyment. If you are out there and you want to start your little business or you want to be an artist, whatever it is that you want to do, you literally just have to do it. Don't try and wait up until, well, I need to get this, and this in order. Because if you do that, you're going to look up and years go by and you're like, shit, I could have started already. And you didn't waste all of that time. Mm-hmm. So that is the quote. I feel like it was super important because I had mentioned I do want to start my podcast about Drake. But I have been talking about this since like 2015, 2016, 2014 actually, and I tried to get some help with it. See, and that whole time I could have had a well-established podcast, and he would have.
So 300 and something.
And he would have stopped by the Wave Talk, or Drake Me Please is what it's called, the podcast. So don't nobody try and take my name out there. But let me do my shout-outs. As you see my cup, shout out to Kyla and Pax and Kyla for my very beautiful cup. Shout out to Life Media behind the camera, forever and for always, my guy. Shout out to the home team, New Wave or No Wave. Be sure to follow me on all social media platforms. Dang, I didn't even introduce myself initially. It's Just Michelle. That's _just MACHELLE. New Wave is at NXWINC. And follow The Wave Talk on all social media platforms at The Wave Talk Official. But Thank you guys.